Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here, rounding out a full week of tech goodness with some epic gaming for all the good little boys and girls. Just a programming note, next week you're going to get the full gamut of the entire Digit Daily team as both Tristan and I are headed out on vacation. Total coincidence, by the way, we're not going to be snuggling. But anyway, on the newsletter side, you'll see some Scott Adam Gordon and maybe a little Bogdan, and Sam will be here for some snuggles too. Plus, we're working on an extra little vacation-related treat for you, so stay tuned for that. But for now, it is June 7th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. We learned a lot more about Stadia yesterday, and what we learned is that Stadia won't really be the Netflix of gaming. It's kind of like if, Netflix and PlayStation Now and Steam all had a kinky three-way thing and a baby resulted, and that'd be Stadia. I'm not positive the biology checks out on that one, but stick with me here. Because in one way, it is kind of sort of like Netflix. $9.99 per month, or $11.99 in Canada, gets you the Stadia Pro plan. With the Pro plan, you can access a number of older titles like Baldur's Gate, NBA 2K, Final Fantasy 15, although no one has yet explained to me how you can have more than one Final Fantasy. But anyway, all of these games will come at a 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. Hotness! Now, there is a limited time Founders Edition package that you can pre-order right now. The Founders Edition costs $129 or $169 in Canada. This package gets you 3 months of Stadia Pro, a Chromecast Ultra, a limited edition Night Blue Google Stadia controller, access to a first-person shooter Destiny 2, and a Buddy Pass for 3 months of Stadia Pro that you can give to a friend. All told, if you're a gamer, this is a pretty sweet deal. Once you factor in the cost of the Pro service and the Chromecast Ultra, that gets you basically a Stadia controller for about $30. Tonight on the Android Authority podcast, we'll be talking about this at length, so be sure to tune in when that episode drops, link in the show notes. But some questions that were not answered at this event: is the controller the login mechanism, or do you have to log in through a website? Meaning, can you take your controller to a friend's house and just start playing? How does it work if you have two Stadia players in the same household? Do they both need accounts and controllers? There are a lot of edge case unanswered questions here, but we do know all the good stuff, which is important. Plus, E3 is coming up in the next week, and we'd be surprised not to hear more about Stadia at that event. To cap it all off, Stadia doesn't launch until November, so there's still time to add more games and more features. We'll be sure to keep our eyes peeled for you. But there are a few other notes here. First, there is a free version of this called Stadia Base launching in 2020. With Stadia Base, you need to buy games piecemeal, and you're limited to 1080p. It's kind of like Steam, but with no downloading. You buy, you're in, which is pretty cool. Also, Stadia will launch in the US, Canada, and many European countries like the UK, Germany, France, and more. For Europe, the prices are the same as the US, just cross out the $ and put in a euro sign. So for now, the important question is, did I buy it? No, I'm not a gamer. If I was, then this would be pretty close to a no-brainer for me. But at the end of the day, I really don't have time to play games. I mean, no disrespect for those who do. I just don't, and that's okay. I'm not going to yuck your yum. But what I will do is take you on over into the roundup! According to Chinese state media, Huawei is intensely testing its own mobile operating system, and it might come as soon as August or September. Google seems nervous about it. I mean, it's been years since it's had an actual competitor beyond Apple in this space. Personally, I'm not really nervous about the new OS. I'm nervous as hell about app support, meaning if Huawei has none, then they've got nothing. If there's app support there, things could get pretty interesting pretty fast. One of the most interesting announcements that ironically sort of flew under the radar at WWDC was Apple's new Find My service. Now, the reason this is so intriguing is because Find My works when your device is lost, even if it's not actually online. So, let's say, for example, your laptop is stolen and ends up in a thief's backpack on the train where there's no Wi-Fi. Well, other Apple users will be on the train, almost certainly, and your laptop will communicate securely with those other iPhones on the train and piggyback a signal on the other iPhone's internet to broadcast your laptop's location to you and only you. Nobody else, not even Apple. Assuming you have a second Apple device. But all the same, if this works as advertised, this is some killer technology here, and you can bet I'll be testing this when this feature comes out. Under controlled circumstances, of course. I'm not just going to hand some random dude my laptop. Walmart is going to restart a program which delivers groceries directly to your refrigerator. Walmart employees will use a customer's existing smart lock technology and body cams to deliver groceries directly into your refrigerator as it looks for ways to out-Amazon Amazon. And Walmart, this isn't it. It's okay to just deliver to a door. You don't have to go the final 6 meters to someone's actual fridge. I actually kind of wonder if there's a way to prank people in here somewhere. You know, just have random Walmart employees show up and raid people's fridges at random times. Yeah, good times. Look out, Bird and City Bikes and Divvy, there's a new player in town. There's a Swedish startup called Kangaroo, spelled with a C because reasons. Kangaroo wants you to rent pogo sticks. The company swears this is not a joke, except yes, it totally is. The company's website says that Kangaroo and pogo sticks offer a quicker alternative to walking, except no it isn't, a more convenient alternative to having a bicycle, except no it isn't, and more environmentally friendly alternative to cars and e-scooters, and nope. The company is currently seeking investors, and if there's a rich person out there looking to dump money into this giant pit of a startup, may I suggest instead a plucky little newsletter and podcast that keeps you up to date with all the tech news you need to know? And finally, plans are underway to build London's first 360-degree infinity pool on the top of a building. This infinity pool will have clear walls and floor, so there is a completely unobstructed view of the London skyline in all directions. Oh, and straight down, too. Holy crap, I really need to go to London when this thing is built. Turns out one of the hardest parts was figuring out how to get people in it, because, you know, it's a 360-degree infinity pool on top of a building, and they really didn't want people scaling the side of a building in their bikinis. And I get that. Check out the link in the show notes for renders of this awesome piece of architecture and start filling out your passport applications. Because that is going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about digitdailypod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Dowd, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again on Monday.